Once you've got a better understanding of your vision and mission and what industry you want to specialize in, it's now time to get clear on what job role you're seeking, and to begin understanding the relevant skills and experience that you'll now need to start building. There are three steps when it comes to preparing for your target job role. Firstly, and most importantly, you will need to clarify what your target job role is. Secondly, you'll then want to conduct a gap analysis to help you analyze what level your current knowledge, skills, and qualifications are at, and what areas you'll still need to develop. And then finally, you then want to create an action plan on how you're going to go about developing in those areas. So, the first thing you'll need to do is actually clarify with yourself the job role you're aiming for. Through the previous exercises, you should by now have a much clearer idea of your purpose, as well as an understanding of your industry. To a large extent, you'll then want to choose a job role that will provide you with the relevant experience you need to help you fulfill your vision and mission. You should now be able to answer the following questions using exercise file 19 before proceeding to do anything else. Firstly, you want to confirm what is your target job role. After working through exercise 4, you should by now have a better understanding of your personality, your strengths, and your current skills and knowledge, so we'd advise that you use your answers from that exercise to help you with this exercise. Secondly, what industry are you aiming to break into? Again, using exercise 5, you should have a list of industries that match up with your mission and values, so we'd suggest you select the industry or industries that you have already highlighted in that exercise. Thirdly, what level are you looking to apply for? Is it an entry-level position or a mid-level position? If you're just starting out and you have very little work experience, you'll most likely want to be applying for entry-level positions. And finally, what location are you willing to work in? Are the industries you're interested in located close by, or would you have to relocate? Don't worry if it's not immediately obvious on what job role and industry you should be focusing. It will likely be the case that as your industry knowledge grows, the answers to these questions will become more clear. So even if you can't quite decide what you'd love to do, choose something you think you would like to do and just get to work. In time, you will discover the job role you love and were meant to do. Secondly, you'll then want to analyze your current industry knowledge, skills, and qualifications, and to what extent these are up to scratch relative to the requirements of your target job role. This is known as gap analysis and helps you determine where the gaps are in your experience. Completing gap analysis empowers you. It helps you diagnose what steps you need to take in order to improve your value and to be competitive enough to get offered the job role you want. If climbing up the corporate ladder is your preferred career route, then it's recommended you do a gap analysis once a year to help keep you on top of how your job role may be changing over time. You can continue to use exercise file 19 as the central place where you can save your research on this. We'd suggest you go through between 5 to 10 relevant job descriptions and highlight the key skills and qualifications that most frequently seem to be popping up on the job descriptions you're seeking. We recommend using Indeed and ZipRecruiter to do this. However, there are other job boards worth checking out in your job boards folder too. You can think about dividing your skills into two separate categories. Firstly, there are hard skills. These are the crucial skills and knowledge associated with the job and will be priority requirements as outlined in the job description. You want to be scheduling most of your time and focus on developing these hard skills as well as on developing your industry knowledge. Secondly, there are soft skills. Once you've mastered your hard skills and your industry knowledge, you'll soon realize that you'll also need to develop some soft skills too. These are skills that are related more to your personality, but are also crucially important to your overall success. These skills are universal to everyone, regardless of what your mission or job role is. These include leadership skills, communication, organization, strategy, creativity, problem solving, teamwork, motivation, initiative, accountability, and resilience, to name some of the main ones. A lot of these soft skills you'll learn as part and parcel of going through this course. For example, in levels 1 and 2, we focus on helping you develop your purpose and personal growth plan. The idea of these sections is to equip you with an entrepreneurial and leadership mindset, and if you follow through with the exercises, you'll begin incorporating the majority of these soft skills almost by default. You may find it useful to organize your gap analysis under the following categories: planning skills, implementation skills, analytical skills, soft skills, and qualifications. Once you've identified the different requirements of your target job role, you can then start crossing off the skills that you think you're already competent in. This should now give you a clear point of focus telling you what your current skill level is and what areas you still need to develop in. Once you've highlighted all of the knowledge, experience, and qualifications that you're missing, it's now time to focus on obtaining them. There are 3 methods we'd recommend to help you do this. If you can combine all 3 of these methods together, then you'll be putting yourself in a really strong position. Firstly, and quite obviously, it's advisable that you do some private study. The emergence of the internet has now revolutionized your ability to teach yourself. With the right methodology and focus, as already outlined in Lesson 7, you can learn the theory to whatever you put your mind to. In addition to developing your knowledge, it's also really useful to gain work experience in the specific areas you want to develop in. A good way to do this at the beginning of your career is by volunteering your services for free. Although working for free may seem like a drag, really what you're getting out of it is the opportunity to build up a portfolio of work and get positive testimonials and references, which are all super useful to have. Additionally, if you volunteer with a company who operate within your desired industry, you'll be around people that you want to work with. This allows you to grow your network with the very people who might be able to hire you in the future. However, when it comes to volunteering, you do need to be a bit careful. You really want to make sure that your voluntary experience is strategically aligned with your gap analysis plan. One approach to this is via a freelancing mentality, in which you approach clients who may be looking for your services and offer it to them for free. We'll be discussing freelancing in more detail towards the end of the course. Finally, let's talk about boosting your qualifications. The key here is time management. You don't necessarily want to be spending years and thousands of pounds in order to gain the relevant qualifications at university if you can avoid it. So you may want to consider scoping out other certified courses you can take online to get yourself skilled up and certified faster and cheaper. Typically, the best way to go about this is to research and look out for respected institutions within your industry who offer relevant qualifications at a reasonable price. For example, within marketing, you can obtain qualifications from a company called HubSpot, who are a respected company within that industry. Their courses tend to be relatively short and very inexpensive compared to CIM, the Chartered Institute of Marketing, who are the industry's official professional body. So it depends on what stage of your career you're at. If you're near the beginning of your career, you might want to search for an unofficial but industry-recognized organization to help you bulk up your qualifications. Alternatively, if you're mid-level and want to take your career to the next level and have a much larger budget, then you may want to consider joining your industry's official professional body and gaining qualifications from there.